this virtual world where dreams
Hello,
collide.
hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? How you doing? This is your boy HT Howard 702. Let's get tripping like a kid untied shoes. You see the vibe and you see the move. I know you usually see me in Avatar State, but hey, I'm at a special event with it too. I'm down here at Baltimore Comic Con, and man, I am with a legend, not even just in the making, but just what she do in her prime time. No Dion. Man, give it up for the wonderful, wonderful Allison Cord. Yes, 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 man. How are you
Hey,
doing this morning?
I'm good, thank you. I just got a notification that my internet connection is not stable, so apologies for any wonkiness or choppiness.
Hey, that's what happens. The internet don't want you to be great on a gloomy day. The sun's still gonna come out. And no, first part, even start off. Happy 30 years. I just really, oh my gosh, that's yes. I just have to tell everybody. Shout out to Retro Kid. Make sure y'all go and shout out with their merch and everything, man. But that is a collab. That is amazing to see. And that'll just be like one of my first questions. Did you ever see yourself on merch, like on being on somebody's shirt or so, like especially?
No, no, that's been a little weird. Like, just because I love everything that Retro Kid did, and that first drop with the with Major Bedhead and Lunette and Granny Garbanzo and Snickle Fritz and Molly, but it's like sort of it's the outline of an actual photo of us. So wearing that t-shirt every now and then, if I catch myself in a mirror, I'm walking around with my face on me. Like, this is weird. This is very, very weird. So to answer your question, no, I never thought that that would be something that would be happening 30 years after the fact.
No, and I mean that's how you know. I guess the famous like nostalgic vibes is always a real, I guess, prime collective, and it's amazing to see, especially in that format, like with like how you said with Retro Kid and how especially they bring back that essence because that makes a whole new generation. I feel like it's all like brought back to that essence, and then again how you were saying earlier, it was weird to see your face, especially being as a voice actress like that. Like I said, I know like you would not see your face, but just to see different installments of it, how I will say that's like a deep, I mean, a brief indention, and I mean, I guess a sort of identity. Well, one of your identities, how I call it. So,
Yeah.
and it brings me to like my next question with you. You bring characters to life, like if you do not know, again, she voice acts like Jubilee. Yes, man. I'm an X-Man head, and I was happy to see that. But not even just that with Beetlejuice, I see you did Lydia. But I even remember you being on the Archie show when I was being younger and everything. With these like bringing characters to life, how do you approach making a voice? Or do like you just wake up like with a voice in your head? No pun intended.
Um, it depends on how much information you're given when you audition for the role.
Mm,
If you're auditioning for the role, oftentimes there will be a description. What's even better is if they'll give you a little bit of art, character design,
mm-hmm.
and that will usually decide what it's going to sound like. If I see
Mm.
like a little apple with goofy eyes and like little stubby legs or something, then I'm going to be like, this is going to be like a little apple voice. It's going to be kind of cute. And it's like fell out of the tree. And, like you just sort of, you let the art speak for itself. Um,
Mm.
and then go from there, and hopefully the director will be able to like push it further or pull it back as needed. Um, yeah, in terms of voices that are in my head, that's sort of where I'm at now in my life. Like, if I'm at home alone, you wouldn't know it if you were listening outside because I'm just constantly talking. And if I'm like, I pass by, I'm like, where's my coffee cup? Yo, I'm over here. Like, and I'm like that's how I go through my day. All of my inanimate objects, and certainly my cats and my face, they all have different voices, and I vocalize them. So
No, and I mean
all
that
mine
shows a
usually line
creative
up.
response, but not even as that. That shows a I call it a brilliance, like because again, not many people can do that. I mean, many people will make fun of an aspect like that, like, oh, hey, well, why would I want to see this object as come to life? But that's creativity because, like, how is it? We watch modern day shows and everything. We see cups, we see my favorite thing, we see toasters and everything being
Mhm.
an object, and you can find a like sort of a sensual personal connection, and that like is so amazing to see two aspects again, like to grow up on you being Jubilee then Lydia, like many different shows, and those were like different ranges. I mean, if I see it not even this that, like one is a style of being in depth and like it was a sometimes a funny sense, but serious tone. X-Men, and then you
Yeah.
have with Beetlejuice, the funny uplift, like you still see it.
Yeah.
And I just love how you have the report, like yeah, I'm just here, and it shows that same range. And it brings me to like my next question with you, like that emotional connection, like what do you do to tap into that? Like I say, you find the voice and you find that range, but I know you have to tap into like a personal spot to really like find that like connection. Like how do you find that about?
It really helps to have incredible co-cast members.
Mm,
And I've been so lucky, like Stephen we met, who voices Beetlejuice,
mm,
uh, and Cal and Lenore and Adrian, who are here with me in Baltimore. But those powerhouse actors in X-Men, when you have strength to work off of, it really helps you as an actor find your
mm.
place because they're giving you something to work with. Um, so that makes it pretty easy at that point because you're sort of in that moment responding and interacting to that other person, and the scene takes on a life of its own.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
No, I love that. That's what I mean. That's what shows range and the dynamic is really it's amazing to see it into a collaborative unit, like especially as that because you can bounce off of somebody now and it goes back and forth and now and it's that you're finding like again resolutions that you never even seen before. And that makes me tap in now more again because like I said, with that emotional connection, we go down now, okay, with the animated side, I'm seeing you in video games. And that's what like with the crazy part again, because if everybody don't know, she also voices the voice of Claire Griffin, if I'm not mistaken, from the Resident Evil, and that's a whole dark realm, and that's a whole different realm. So with that is that the same aspect you do with that too? Like, do you bounce off of like with the voice actors with that, or did you have to go into a deeper place?
So that one was actually almost the opposite because so much of the very first game, Resident Evil 2, um, Claire is alone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Long hallways. Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, but so much of it was being alone and isolated. And it was such a strange recording because I didn't know what I was doing. I had no concept of what the Resident Evil franchise was. They also didn't call it Resident Evil, so we didn't know that that's what we were working on. Um, so I'd be in the studio by myself. Um, and I guess in the end that actually worked because it gives that awkward, like, why am I here? Where am I? I don't know what this place is
Mm.
vibe, which worked for what we were making. But for Code Veronica, they allowed me to be in the studio with every other actor for those scenes. So that was a lot more fun.
Okay, and I mean, I love to hear that aspect because with me being in my field that I'm in with the metaverse, a lot of interaction it starts with meeting with that person also like behind the headset, and a lot of times with that I've seen chemistry come about, or not even just with chemistry, you see a lot of different calibers, and especially in a range like that. Again, you're isolated in a room with a microphone saying like, "Hey, we want you to feel this," like, and you're coming from a place of I don't know what to do, but I know what to do, and that finds a like I call it the Robert Frost approach. Like you find that roads that diverge, and that's really amazing to see in a factor because that brings like unique. I keep saying unique. That's the word of the day. Shout out to Pee Wee. But with that like unique factor, I can see like where it starts up because again, when I first like caught wind of you and everything, and what was the show? Mr. Dress Up.
Hmm.
Um, like with like a caliber like that, and you would never see like again coming from a comedy sense, you would never imagine that you could do a range of like dark. And I love to see that too, because that just makes the mind blow more, and that just shows like, dang, that is a person who's creative. And I thank you for being a creative voice like that, because that shows others you could do different ranges. And not even just say that you could stay yourself in this format, and now you're doing all these wonderful cons. You're going around bringing all these, like, I call it millions of smiles again into the whole essence. Because again, I sit here now, I watch reruns and everything of your show with my kids now. I do the time and everything now, stretch out,
I
like I say,
love
when I do
that.
my yoga and all that. And it's really amazing now. And I catch my kids, like my daughter, she's about to be 3, but I catch her now talking to her little doll and everything, like
Aw.
trying to name and everything. But it starts with caliber, and it brings me to my last question with you, because again, I know you are a busy woman today, and today is gonna be a busy day. With these unique voices, out of all of them that you did, do you have one that like that particularly stands out to you, or do you have a top 3 that like stands out to you? Because I mean, I know you've been to many ranges, many many categories, but I know some, like, do any one of them like really stand out to you?
It's such a tough question, and sometimes it depends on the mood I'm in. I really like to play the bad girls. There was a show called Garage Band where I played Trina,
Hmm.
and she was the older sister of the main character, and she was like this really mean, bitchy older sister, and funny because she's like quippy and just, really she's got this sidekick, Mina, that she's just always like, Mina, go get me coffee. Stew me a boosh. And just like she's it was just fun to not always play the cute, innocent character. Lydia Dietz is, I would say, by far the most fun I've ever
Hey.
had voicing a character. So much of that was because not just the writing and the character itself, and because I was obsessed with Beetlejuice. One. But the crew and the cast, that being part of that whole group. And, I was 15, 16 years old. So going into studio to record Beetlejuice instead of being at school was pretty great.
Massive.
But the role that would be most important to me, and it's as much as Lunette was incredibly important and will always be a huge part of my life, it would be Claire Redfield, because I ended up getting married and having my son
Hey.
from playing Claire Redfield. So
See,
that's
that's,
always going to be the most important one.
man, and that's what I mean, full circle moments just like that. And that's really what makes this space that we're really in. And not even is that to come from entertainment to place of resolution, and not even is that you have a place of significance now within this realm. Like how you say, doing this voice role and everything, now you have a relevant of like, oh hey, this came from what I did. Like
Yeah.
literally, no pun intended. Like,
Yeah.
and no, that is amazing to see, and that's amazing to hear. And man, before I even have you go, can you let the people know you have any things in the works that you can talk about, or so you can let them know where to find you at and everything?
You can find me. It's probably easiest to do what you did. Find me on Instagram, Allison Court Official.
Mhm.
That's the best place to sort of see what's going on. And anytime I'm able to make an announcement, I am working on some stuff. I direct a lot. So I've been directing a Christmas special for something, but it's not coming out till next year, so we can't actually say anything about it. Um, so yeah, just I will announce things on Instagram as I am able.
Yes, ma'am. No, that's amazing. That's amazing. I'm saying this out loud to my crowd and everything. We're gonna make sure that we get her in the metaverse too. I don't know about who I gotta talk to about, getting that big comfy couch, like, in a virtual reality aspect, but yes, I would love to invite you to that. And when we get it done, I said you're gonna be the first one to call. But no, thank you so much for what you do for this platform. Thank you so much at what you do. And hey, stay positive, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey,
Thank
y'all
you.
give it up. Y'all give it up again, again, again for the wonderful, wonderful Allison Horde. Yes, yes, yes. This is your boy HT Howard 7. So let's get triple like a kid untie his shoes. Thank y'all for rocking with me because I rock with you. Well, folks, it's about to get busy today. If y'all see me all around on the floor of Baltimore Comic Con, come out and talk to me. Yes, 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 folks. Today is a good day. Do something positive, and only you can make yourself smile and make that smile pass to somebody else. Let's go, let's go.